All right, welcome to another episode from the Chart Readers. We are continuing the AI sector review looking at Guard Force AI and Bullfrog AI. If there's enough time, I will combine Soundhound and Big Bear. Otherwise, I think I'm going to start. Look, I've been trying to guess of the four who's going to be the Mullen, who's going to be the solo. No disrespect to either stock, right? But there are pretty much only four stocks outside of AI itself, right? These four little, I want to become big boy players, right? And it's our job to basically see who's going to be better than the rest. I will be very, very honest. Even if you pick the fourth place of what I think is going to be the best sector of the year, there is no problem being fourth in the best sector. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think any of them are necessarily gonna suck. I just think one's going to do better than the other. I think two will do better than the others. I think the third and the fourth are going to do really, really well, and you shouldn't feel horrible that you didn't pick one or two, okay? And again, all I'm trying to do is see who's peaking from the herd, who is the Mullen of the EV sector, and who is the solo, the LiDAR, right? The lessers. And look, those lessers have made some silly 3x, 4x money as well, right? So again, don't worry if we get the right or wrong one. Just make sure we're looking where we need to look, okay? So all that said, we'll talk more technicals because that's obviously what you're here for. Before we go any deeper, what are we going to do? Same thing we always do, right? We're going to take a look at the daily and the weekly to see how this thing is setting up short term. We have our 5 moving averages. There are horizontal support and resistance lines that I do draw manually myself. And then when we're done up here, we'll use the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicators. Hey, really quickly, if you can please like, subscribe, share, comment, anything you can do. It really does help with these algorithms. But honestly, just being here and watching this, I appreciate your time so, so much, okay? And look, I am not perfect. I am not all-knowing. I have no crystal ball telling me any of this stuff, right? So if you disagree with my opinions, please throw them in the comments, all right? I am not going to be a hater, and we're simply educated people sharing our opinions, all right? So let's get into it. And again, I think Guard Force and Big Bear need to be segregated for kind of different reasons, but kind of the same reason, okay? Look, Guard Force has now dropped some nasty double-digit percentages, and you can see it all in the last couple days, and actually more, like 3 of the 5, right? So there is no question that this one is taking the early stomp, right? Like this was 100+ day, right? We go from sub 10 to almost 20. Like that's nasty. We then obviously suck. Don't get me wrong, right? The whole sector sucked, but we then drop another 40 burger. Like this one's not joking around. This one's definitely saying, hey, I'm for real here. And I didn't know it until I did my like long-term view. I don't know if you watched that or not, but I had no idea that this stock was actually over 100, right? And again, that's a lot of red to recover, right? So this is a quarterly view. It's going to take 3 months to close this candle, right? But yeah, that's not a bad place to start so far. And yeah, that's a lot of red to recover. So Guard Force has the chart history. In a lot of ways, that's why I like Tilray more than the rest of them, because it has the chart history. Just knowing that you've been here. Again, I am not giving you $100 dreams on a $13 stock, all right? Like, let's keep it real, okay? But let's take it little by little. And again, the fact that we've been here before, hey, we might be able to do it again, okay? So Guard Force, because of that, I think is showing its steps. And look, where are we at technically? Man, you want your money over all 5 moving averages, and that's what I'm seeing here, right? It smashes it. It runs really well after. It definitely doesn't hold, but you know what? It recovers nicely. It actually recovers on the 8 moving average, right? It stops it at the 8, never loses the 8. And are we're roughly at 50% candle too, right? I think we're actually a little higher than 50% candle, right? What does that mean? Like literally, I'm trying to put my mouse at half. And I'm a big fan of getting over half the candle, especially a real big one, right? So yeah, if this guy goes a little bit up, hey, our RSI is not at a bad place. It was at a bad place, right? Like that's a 91. A 91 needs to cool down. A 62 can run to 80, right? And taking this from a 62 to an 80 might take us again from 12 all the way up to 1920. That's a big number percent wise. All right. So guard force, legit, stay over the moving averages. What would I hate for tomorrow? I would hate for this to come back down to 10 or any lower. Right? We smashed the 200. We didn't use the 200 as a bounce point. I still don't believe the 200 is our best friend. I actually now think the 8 is our friend. I'm also really happy to see the 20 working its way up. If we are going to come down, we cannot go lower than the 200 moving average. And if we go down, we have to hit the 200 and go up, or hit the 8 over the 200, okay? 200 is going to be critical here. Once that thing is legit our friend, oh yeah, we're trading over that line. And I mean, there's a lot of recovery. There's some sort of gap fill right here. I mean, there's a lot of good that can happen here, okay? So one step at a time, but I think this is doing a good job of separating itself from the 4, okay? BFRG. Look, I do my best to not tell you guys where my money is, okay? I am not the best trader in the world. I definitely get things wrong. I'm actually kind of like a hard gambler, if you really want to know the truth, right? So like, I'm not here to tell you where my money actually is, because I don't want you to be like, oh shit, his money's there. I should probably put it too, right? I traded Bullfrog, all right? I very much liked it when it broke that. I really quickly got in once we cracked that support, all right? I actually held overnight, and then I got real lucky. I woke up around here and I unloaded most of it at 8. I made a silly profit here, okay? And again, I think Bullfrog is separating itself from the other two sheerly, I don't think that's the right word, but like solely on the fact that this stock is so close to all-time highs. Listen to me. I always talk about all-time lows, all right? I call it a black hole vortex. All-time lows is really bad because there's no support to stop it. This line right here, this 505, is the last green open candle. Green open is better than green closed, okay? I have a lot of weight on 505. I have 530 right here because that is the IPO number, and you know what? I'll keep it there. But 505 is the money line. If 505 breaks, there's actually very little resist. There's almost nothing. There's obviously this thing. I think $6 might do something. I think 680 might do something. Again, a green open candle will do more than this, okay? This is actually kind of a red candle in my eyes, because what happens, we actually open right here, right? We open at 680, and then we close down here. Someone lost a little more than 10%, right? Because 60 cents is 10%. Someone actually lost a shitload if they bought up here and they held it all the way down. They actually lost almost 33%, right? But in my eyes, that is not a good candle. If you break 505, you fly. Again, we just use the 8 moving average as our bounce point up. It looks like the 20 wants to go up. We have a great MACD. It's in the positive. It's well above. Actually looks like it's kind of wanting to go back up. Again, our RSI was silly high. 80 is high. 64 is runnable to 8, right? So, and you know what else I like? Look, I don't mind. Obviously, I wish the volume was better, but we are improving from there to there. I'm going to disregard this day, right? Because obviously that's going to skew it. But look, on this day, the volume was 950K. On this day, it was 1.5 million. On this day, it was 2.9, and today you see it, we were at 5, right? I'll just show it to you right there. We have gradually gone up in volume. That's good. That means people are interested. That means people want to put, volume is king. We need volume. And look, we went from insignificant days that you can't even see a little bit of a tick to where we've had 5 straight days of you can see the candle. And really, minus these ones, it's almost been a full 2 weeks, right? Like volume is growing. We have not been trading this stock for 50 days, so we don't see what the 50 moving average is on volume. But yeah, I'm seeing it rise. Like here, it went down. We're actually starting to go up now. That's cool. So 505 is the money line. Again, I think these two are starting to separate themselves. But again, if you're about to watch the Soundhound and Big Bear ones, I don't think there's anything wrong with those ones, right? And I will actually be watching those just as hard as I'm watching these two, just as hard as I'm watching AI. We're only talking about 5 stocks here, people. So, hey, I appreciate you guys so much. Let me know if you disagree with anything. Otherwise, hey, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.